Hi, this is James from the Hornbill Professional Services team, and this is a short tutorial to show you how to configure the navigation pane. Now, the navigation pane is the section on the bottom left hand corner here, so you can see the Supportworks Today, Service Desk, etc. All of these different options down the left hand side is what we can configure. Now, there's certain settings in here which will allow you to remove them. You can add ones onto there as well. So we're just going to go through what they are. We're going to show you where they can be configured, how to add and remove them, and we're going to go over how the settings are actually saved. So here I'm using the Supportworks 7.6 client, and this is ITSM 345. The thing to remember with this is that there was an outstanding defect around certain areas in here, so when we do remove some in 7.6 it will actually remove it. I think the organizations and the configuration database in previous versions, even when you remove the actual views here or set them to no to visible, then they do still come back. But in 7.6 that's been fixed, it's all good, so we'll go through it and we'll customize it as we need it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the data dictionary. So again, to do that, it's in administration, then edit current data dictionary. From the data dictionary view here, I'm going to go expand global parameters and then views. So here you can see how it's matching up to our views down the left hand side here. So you've got Supportworks Today, the help desk view, which is in fact service desk named over here, change schedule, calendar, email, database entity, search for calls, database searches, my library, etc, etc, etc. So each one of these folders represents a view. So what we're going to do initially is we're going to set each particular area where we want to be visible or not. So this is a parameter against the whole of the data dictionary. So remember, when you do change this, it'll apply for everybody. So okay, so what I'm going to do is just go through each one of these and suggest which ones we do want to be visible. So Supportworks Today page is what we can see here. It's got a parameter on the right hand side here that says visible. It says yes by default. We've got other ones such as a help desk view, which is yes by default, and change, email, etc. So let's get rid of one of these. So let's go for the database search view. So this is the database searches that allows you to query the database from within the client. This is probably one of the most common ones that our customers set to no, purely because perhaps they don't want their analysts to be able to query the database using that method. So I'm going to just simply type in no. I double clicked on visible, set it to no, click on OK, and there we go, set to no. So one thing I'm going to do as well, just before I save the data dictionary, is I'm also going to create a new view. So to do that, I'm going to click on Views up at the top, and I'm going to click on File, New, Folder, and what I'm going to call it is Google. Click OK. You can see the folders appeared on the bottom there. What you can do is you can simply move that wherever you need it. So let's say I'm going to put it right to the top. And now I'm going to create each one of the parameters that's required for us to view a Google page. So I'm going to copy what we've got in the Supportworks Today, similarly to what they've got there. So I'm going to say type is web page. So to do that, we'll go File, New, String Value. So it's type is web page. Keep it as string. Then what else have we got next? We've got icon title. So again, string value, icon title, and we're going to call it Google. Next we've got view title. String value, view title is Google, and now we've got icon. So this is a numerical, so I'm going to go new numerical value, icon. So I'm going to choose 8. For the icon, what you might want to do is just have a look through them. You can see there's numbers next to each one of them, and if there's one of the icons on the left hand side that you can see next to them that kind of appeals for what you're trying to get out of it, then you can choose that. So I'm just going to just randomly choose 8 for this particular one. Next we have visible, so obviously we do want it to be visible. New string value, visible, I'm going to set to yes, and now the URL. So again, string value, URL, www.google.co.uk. Excellent. So now what we've done is we've created our view and we've set it so it's going to appear on top, and we've also just removed the database search view. So remember, what we're not doing is edit and deleting it, we're actually setting the visible to no. So you might want it in future, so you might want, instead of deleting it, just set visible to no. So I'm going to save that. And just again remind you that when you do save the data dictionary, the views, etc., will revert back to what it is out of the box configured in this ITSM data dictionary. To actually get the updated data dictionary, your analyst will need to either go to Tools and then refresh data dictionary, or relog into the client. In this instance, I'm going to relog in, so I'm just going to close down the client. Then relog in. There we go. So as you can see, first of all, that database searches is no longer here. It's also not under here either, so you can't simply just add and remove it. We've also got this Google view, and it's right at the top, so if I click on that, you'll see that it's open Google. So that can be very handy if you have a intranet or some other page for maybe knowledge access, or even some kind of third-party portals. You can just simply add on there. Very handy as a quick reference point. You don't want separate windows for everything. It's very handy. And also, one other setting that I can explain to you is, you can see that by default it opened up a Supportworks Today page when I logged in. You can change this. I won't do it on this tutorial, but I'll show you where the setting is. Again, in Views, you can click on the Views folder, and you've got Startup View there, so you can simply just change that either to, to Google or to whichever view that you need. So that's all for the actual data dictionary settings point of view. And the one last thing to explain here is that you can actually customize this on a client basis. So if you wish to get rid of particular views, you can untick, let's say, my library. Let's get rid of social media. So you can see these are being reduced here. So you can pick and choose on a machine by machine basis. So this saves your views into your registry. So if you access Supportworks from many machines, then make sure that obviously that you apply the changes to all. And let's say I'm going to get rid of calendar. So you can see this has changed, and it's gone down. So if I literally just relog in once more, you can see that them views are gone. So there's still, it saved the changes, what I've chosen before, and obviously if you did want to enter them back in, simply just select them again, and remember it will save it for next time again. So that's all in regards to the navigation pane. If you have any questions, please let me know.